Welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77 Breeze Line with myself, Ken Phillip on the Duke. Stellar's Collectibles Shop at the Uniontown Mall, store owner Victor Mullick. We had a little bit of a break, and we're back after the clip shows. What's going on, man?
Took a break because the heat in here was miserable. As you guys dealt with outside, the heat was unbelievable, and the air conditioning unit here at Stellar Collectibles kind of didn't work, never knew where the thermostat was. I want to give a big thanks to the mall management, to Susan, who's in charge, to Ron, and as well as Maverick Enterprises. A young man came and went up on and did some things, and we're currently sitting at 73 degrees and not sweating like a pig, so I want to say thanks to all of them. If you missed me, there's something wrong with you.
Okay, cool. So what else is going on before? Oh, Malloy's Paving. Got it up there? Oh, you know what? I'm not. 724-277-8037, 724-323-4179. If you got any big projects that are going to be done next year, get a hold of Jack and start game planning that now. Also, it might be if you got something he might be able to work in, reach out to either of those numbers. So that being said,
and he wants to say thanks to everybody who called him on this number. He really appreciated what you guys did for him this year.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we're done with that.
Yes, sir. So what's going on here? Anything else before I jump into my nonsense?
Jump into your nonsense, because there's a lot of nonsense to be had this week.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. I got some compliments on the KenCave. You know, so the pictures in the background, plus the Ben Roethlisberger wristband.
I visited it one time, and probably not going to head back there anytime soon. Just got a weird vibe out of it, maybe.
What are you talking about?
Some screams or something.
You didn't hear that.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Right, bud?
But no, you do have some wonderful stuff in there, and the mail day has shown over the past, 25 weeks?
Well, we got some stuff that's going to be coming, too.
Stay tuned.
That's right. Let's see, Superfan, you know what? Hey, one of the things that he likes to do when he calls, he likes to attack my physical deformities. I don't know which way you would want to put it. He's going after an overbite. I don't see it. Some of the other stuff that he's targeted me on, I was like, okay, I see it, but I don't see the overbite. So
an overbite?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oversight maybe with what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Go with something like that, but the overbite?
What's wrong with what I'm wearing? This is compliments of Levin's Furniture and Bob Nutting at the Pirates giveaway a few weeks back that you did not attend.
You see why now.
Okay, well, hold on. So You're saying you don't want to wear this?
Oh, is that double X or
No.
triple X? Because I'm not fitting in anything other than a double X.
Well, watch for it on eBay. All right.
Get out of that one.
So what else do we? Oh, you know what? So the Pirates are home for 2 series coming up here. Skeen should be pitching at least once, hopefully twice. I
looked that up this morning, and it's kind of disappointing because they normally re-rack the rotation post All-Star break, and Keller is pitching the first game against Philly.
Okay, so then maybe we get Skeens on Saturday.
I would have to say.
Well, that's awesome because...
well, that would be a nationally televised game at 4:30.
We got Wiz Khalifa bobblehead, which right now I should have about 12 to 15. So, what else is going on here? Duke enjoyed his time off. We spent a lot of time down at Green Lick Dam here in Fayette County, which Duke loves. So, you know what, that's a great park and just scenic here in the area. Plus, you know what, we got some stuff coming up the next 2 weeks, a couple weeks. We got training camp, which, like I said last week, I'm always up on the hillside. I should be there all but 2 or 3 practices. Feel free to stop by and say hi if there's any room. Sit down.
You will see me a couple times there.
A couple? Okay.
Not as much as you were there.
I know Show Adam Runner could be out there a good bit, as well as
and one of the things you should pay attention to is this guy knows how to tape a practice. Watch some of his videos. They're really good.
Yeah,
so.
the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals all agree with that as well. Not saying that anything might have been cut in on this side. But, that's about all I got for the first segment here. So anything before we wrap this up?
Sounds good. Wrap it up.
We'll see you here shortly when we come back. It's been a long couple of weeks.
It's the close, man. It's the close.
You wish you could pull this off.
Breaking news! Saturday, July 27th is Fayette County Day at the Fair. Stop by our booth right inside the main gate from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and spin to win some awesome Fayette County swag. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Breezeline, and as well as Q-Call. Thanks for adding us. And any other cable channels that are catching us on YouTube, get a hold of Fayette County TV, just like Q-Call and Breezeline. So that being said, we're going to jump into the Mail Day, sponsored by Yinzer Valley Farms. I believe there's wings on Wednesdays, and there's some trivia nights on Friday. So get out there and check out what Mike's got going on. So that being said, let's open some wax up. And I'm not a man of many things, but I'm a man of my word. Caden, here's some of the stuff for you. I almost forgot, but Duke reminded me as we were, he's like, hey, we got to get over to the KenCave. Oh, yeah, right?
Okay, we've been looking for this for like 2 weeks now. He's stopped in, and we have been trying to find these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go set these down in a special place where you can pick them up.
So we got some fun wax this week. Oh.
Right there, buddy. See them? They're there. 2 weeks of looking.
And you got some more.
Miserable about it.
You got some more stuff coming. Well, you know what? It's going to make up for it. So you got. So what do we got this week? Is we got Mad TV. Fleer Goes Mad, which I used to love the Mad comics back in the day, and then also Skybox Skybox Inaugural Edition. So a friend of the show, a big fan of the show, Scott Salvatore. He, long story short, I thought I was getting a bobblehead. I opened up the box and there was a bunch of packs of these. So I told him we were going to open this on the show. I think unless there's a Jordan 10 in here, Caden. Yeah.
Skybox.
I think that was like
the rookie in that is
probably Sean Kemp. I'm just throwing out names.
There's someone else in there. It's a lot of guys back in this day that were loved in college that didn't pan out.
Stockton, Buck Johnson, Jeff Sanders. Oh, a checklist. You know what? People get excited for those for whatever reason.
It was back in the day, everybody used them,
That's
so
true.
to complete a set without somebody's scratch marks
That's
all
a nice
over
Stockton. And we are going to open up one of those Jersey Fusions at some point, but we're holding off on that. Those things are, I've watched one the other day sell for $8.60 on eBay.
Should have bought it.
Well, I'll wait for them to drop more.
I think we could shoot $8.
Well, but a wax pack's like $2.25.
Understood.
That's a big hit. But they're down to around $150. You know what? Unless you get the Jordan or Magic, you're wasting
I'm looking
some
forward
money.
to Wednesday when the Steelers open up camp. They're going to
Thursday.
have Thursday.
Yep.
No, they report Wednesday.
Wednesday, you're right.
They're reporting on Wednesday. Hopefully, Dean will have that
Mean
set up.
Dean.
I tried my best to sneak it by you. Yeah. Have some of the Steeler fusions this year again.
Yeah, those were fun last year.
I believe I still have one
Well,
left.
that's horrible. Well, that's rough. I still have that Ben 6 of 7. So here's some Mad. Oh, we ain't going to show that one. Did you see that?
No.
We ain't showing that. That was rough. But, Caden, you got 4 of the 5 Mad cards coming.
So these are the Jersey Fusions from the Steelers themselves last year. They were $40 a piece, and you got a piece of Minka. Oh dear Lord!
Yeah,
that's a good thing you caught that one.
Good.
But yeah, a lot of fun on this. A lot of game used pieces of uniforms and things like that were attached to those cards, and they were all Steeler related.
That was rough.
We got to stop you from chewing that gum.
No, it's not bad when it's good. I think that was repackaged. And maybe
You chewed gum from Mad comic books. There's a built-in joke there.
Yeah, there's many. You can go a lot of ways with that, especially after what I just showed you. All right, so next up, Mail Day. I cheated and opened this because I was excited. Plus, it kind of goes with something that I got in the KenCave that it was one of the missing pieces to this puzzle. We are.
Penn State.
That's a Jack Ham autographed rookie card, certified by Beckett. Which you know what, like something.
Yeah, with the Hall of Fame on it.
Yeah, this and I finally one of these cards. I've been waiting to get at the price range I was comfortable with, and I finally did that. And it's something I've been working on in the KenCave, but also a conversation we've had off air. I'm a fan of Beckett's grading. I prefer Beckett over PSA. And
there's some things. PSA right now has just released a video, a short YouTube clip where they are going to, for specific grade levels, give you the reason the card didn't get a 10. So
Okay.
it's PSA Connect there's an app part where you go into PSA's website. They explain it a whole lot better than I. This is a new development, as well as PSA with the autograph cards is no longer going to have the red label. They're changed over to a blue label strictly for autograph cards.
It's interesting you say that. Like, I see Beckett started doing a black label. Grade, and like those fetch more for whatever reason.
I think that's the those are the 10s. So
Pristine.
that's the pristine gets
Okay,
the
well,
black
I got a
label.
pristine coming that hopefully will be a mail day piece next week. It should have been this week, and that may be factored into feedback on the person that sold it to me.
Yeah, well, PSA has finally come around to it doesn't take very much to add what was the problem. And when you try to send these cards in, at the prices you're sending these cards in, and to have an unsurety of what caused you to get a 7, an 8, a 9 instead of a 10, it only helps the industry to look at the cards through their eyes and their ways to get the grades you want.
And also, you know what? You've done some regrading where you bust a card out and send it in.
Yeah, we've done it here on the show. Go back and watch some of the episodes.
If you have a 3 out of 25 and it came back a 6, don't bust it out and send it back into PSA or Beckett, because they're going to see, wait, we already graded this.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
with
that
the
in the-
numbers, that's going to be on there as well. That's where even
giving-
sending in autographs
Yeah.
that have been turned down is dicey as well.
I'm glad you brought that up. Something that slipped my head. So those Clemente autographs that you had, I had someone that can argue that one of them's real. The price is right, we'll talk.
I'm damaged. I don't even want to go down that road. It's an abusive relationship with me, Roberto Clemente, and grading companies.
Oof.
Which
Yeah.
one was it? Was it the magazine or was it the card?
Well, that all depends.
The money. I'm not doing it. I'm done. I'm done.
So
I've had enough.
No, you know what? The one where he signed on top.
One of the things that's important to understand when you're dealing with this, the National is in Cleveland, not this weekend, the following weekend. If you go there, there are the players that are signing for the next 3 days. It's ridiculous. And the thing that they really are putting a premium on is signing their rookie cards. Dan Marino, I think, $700 to sign his rookie card.
Bradshaw started doing that, and a few other guys as well. I think Joe Green was doing that.
If you can get autographed
Mainline
rookie
show.
cards, those in the future are going to be some of the most valuable cards you can get a hold of.
Yeah, which that's why I wanted to pick this one off now as opposed to,
Yeah, that is a wave that is coming.
No, you know what? But we were talking. But what you were saying about how PSA's finally doing a breakdown.
Yes.
On Beckett's always done that.
Absolutely
Which is one of the
true.
things I love about Beckett. And personally, I'll take a Beckett pristine over a PSA 10.
You should.
You
always should.
Yeah, because if you got something pristine, that means it's perfect.
The classic argument for that is Beckett keeps the populations low.
Yeah.
So you're losing when you're sending it there. And
Unless
the
you hit.
industry and the collectors buck back by saying, no, I'll just take the PSA 10 and I don't want to see your 9.5s.
No.
And what happens as a store when I sit there and put this card out, all they say is, wish it was done by PSA.
So before I forget, what's going on with the magazine here?
Well, I got this in the mail this morning. I subscribe to PSA. I pay, I think, $200 for the silver subscription, and they send me a magazine. If you look close, yeah, it's monthly. Okay. So I think with Paul Skeens and everything going on, we have a purple and yellow blank back to it. So I'm going to open it up and hope that there's some Skeens information.
Or maybe something vintage Shaq. I don't know.
I'm hoping
Russell?
Skeens. And
not for what he's introduced for.
For Pete's sake.
Oh, Bronny. Oh, wait, LeBron.
Okay. I thought we were going to get something Skeens because right now, collect Skeens, get a hold of it. If it's reasonable, pick up Skeens. I don't think this is a Kenny Pickett situation with Skeens right now where
Skeens has
gets
talent.
traded, that's too. But
And
last year, everybody
pick.
dove in and bought Pickett like crazy, and we kind of warned you about that. Not that we know everything.
No,
but
we knew that.
That one was an obvious. Skeens is an obvious as well.
Yeah, that's honestly, don't get caught up in local agendas when you're investing into talent, because that's why a lot of people got burned and wasted money on Kenny Pickett. And I know some people at home, they're going to give me some, because I have some Kenny Pickett game used stuff from the Steelers. I bought that just to keep a Pitt fan from having it. So, and it might when we sing Sweet Caroline and maybe say some Hell Petardos, but next time Penn State, West Virginia play each other.
That's game one.
I know,
the first
right?
game of the season.
Now, that'll be August 31st. That same day, if you go to that game, that's a noon game, go up to, on the way back home, stop at Washington, PA. The Wild Things have Fayette County night. And that's
awesome.
I think it's like $10 to get a ticket, so make sure you. But before we do move on, we brought up LeBron James. Well, what's with all these people crying about Bronny? I've never seen so much nonsense over a guy being picked in the second round, 55th overall. I mean, these are grown men crying about this, too. It's like, you know what? Coming out of high school, he had a first-round grade, then he had a heart attack, which that's, hey, but honestly, at 55, like, how many second-round picks make a roster, whatever? I thought it was a brilliant, I would have done it. I might have taken him sooner, but that's just me.
Okay, I've not quite heard it put this way, but I'm on the side of it's just nepotism. And if you're going to ride a roster spot with him, how serious are you about winning? Making money, different story altogether.
Well, he's not guaranteed a roster spot. He's guaranteed money.
What I just said is if you're going to waste the 12th spot on him so he can grow.
But at 55, who should have been taken above him that had more upside?
Anybody who averaged more than 4.8 points a game in a college game.
You know, he's actually averaging more points than the second overall pick right now in the that summer league.
It's practice. I'll go Allen Iverson on you. These are basically practice games.
These are practice games that matter because they're playing against guys that are going to the NBA or at least camp. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Anything you want to join these Bronny haters? Anything you want to pile on?
I'm indifferent to this altogether, but I just think that it's a brilliant move financially.
Oh, no, I think it's no different than drafting
Mike Piazza be the only one that you could use as an example.
Brock Purdy in the 7th round.
Purdy was a legitimate camp arm, though. Piazza was drafted because he was Lasorda's nephew in the 61st round.
No, it's Godfather.
Just hit. Same thing, whatever.
Yeah. They weren't.
But that's kind of where, if you think Bronny is going to be a Mike Piazza type player, I just look at next year's cards and Fanatics when they produce some of these cards. You're going to have the father-son card. It's going to be the same as Griffey and his son back when we were
Bonds younger. Even though they didn't play together, there was some cards of them.
Yeah, it's a basketball decision. I don't buy it. A moneymaker to the hilt.
I see it as, hey, you know what? It's the second round. Most of these guys never make the roster anyway. Let's see if we catch lightning in a bottle. And if not, you wasted a second-round pick. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right, we'll be back.
Breaking news! Saturday, July 27th is Fayette County Day at the Fair. Stop by our booth right inside the main gate from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and spin to win some awesome Fayette County swag. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the closing segment here, the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Breezeline, and as well as Q-Call. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, and I almost forgot, Fayette Friends of Animals. For anyone looking for to adopt, go get a stray, go check them out. This here is one of the best things I ever did. This is my buddy, and you know what? I should have got him sooner. But anyway, let's see here. Fayette County Fair from July 25th to August 3rd. We will be up there July 31st filming in the evening. Come find us, yell at us, give us positive and negative feedback. We can take it all. And also DJ Rick, Greensburg Idol. Every Thursday up at Iron Rock Tap House. Grab something to eat while you're up there in Greensburg. And it's a good time. And there might be still some time to get in on some of those competitions. So that being said, what's up, sir?
Training camp Wednesday.
They report Wednesday. I'll be there Thursday morning.
How many times have you gone the day they reported?
They don't let the general public there the day that they show up.
When did they start doing that? When I was a kid, you could walk around with them as they got out of the cars.
You know what? I've never gone up for that.
Okay,
but
I'll
be at the first practice.
Give some tips to some of the kids who are watching the show right now how to get autographs.
Kids, this is for kids and not
for kids only.
Yeah, not. You know what? I got to give props to the Baltimore Ravens. They only let 16 and under in the autograph area.
That's exactly what should happen.
And I really wish the Steelers would consider doing the same because we've talked about this in previous episodes. To me, because I'll see the same people and they'll get T.J. Watt, Deontay Johnson, whatever, and then it's on Facebook Marketplace or eBay an hour later. It's the same ones. And you know what? You took an autograph from a kid. Now, granted, there are some, there are some different exceptions. Like if you're getting something signed because you do want it for yourself and you're not one of these people, I'm going to be PC here, that's fine. But my advice is get there early, and if you ever, once you get a spot along the rope going up and down the ramp, do not move, because the second you do, you lose it.
You have to basically sacrifice watching them practice to get the autographs at the end.
My advice, well, see, they're doing it a little different this year.
Okay.
Well, okay, so practices start at 10:30 in the morning. In the past, I'll just go with what they used to do in the past. Practice would start at 1:55. Guys like Joey Porter and Pat Fryermuth would get down there about 1:20 because they were always taught to be early. We
Penn
are.
State.
That's right, and not show up like towards the end like some divas. Anyway, they ain't here no more. So, but that said, I would encourage kids, and look, I'm president of the Mount Pleasant Junior Football, and kids that I know were part of this, whatever. What I always encourage is my one buddy Jerry last year. I was telling him, hey, let's see, practice would start at 1:55. If you weren't along that rope when they were coming down, and a lot of them don't like to sign pre-practice. You know, they're focused on getting down there and getting to work. But if you, let's say practice would start at 1:50, 1:55, those guys practice would normally be over between 4:30 and 5. My advice was between 3:30 and 3:45, get over there and get your spot and hold on to that rope if you got it for dear life until. Now, the way the hillside is made to go up to where the college is, the rope lines run like that. Are you better off getting at the end of the rope line or being the first one? My advice would be the middle. Be in the middle? Yeah, because once they get to the top, they're thinking, okay, I'm close to the door. Number one thing, have at least 2 or 3 pens, kids. Yes. Get the Sharpies, make sure they work, and have 2 to 3 of them. If you're getting the Sharpies, if you got something black, you want gold or white. If you got something different color, get black. Game plan ahead. Preferably Set black. Down what you want to get signed, have a specific bag for it, or buy something from the store to get the black bag that has the 2 handles on it. You know what? Those are wonderful bags to hold stuff in. Number one, do not try to get hats signed unless it's the absolute last thing. Have your forehead signed before a hat or a terrible towel. The autographs just don't work on it. Wear a white shirt. Look, you know what? One of my favorite things to do during training camp is I love sitting up on the hillside. And I love the people that, look at me, I'm on the sideline. They show up. Now, when you're on the sideline, you have to stand, okay? And they'll wear the dark black whatever jersey, and it's 90 to 100 degrees. Humidity is much higher than that, and within 45 minutes the kids are fussing and everyone's yelling, and then there's me, I'm like, hey, how's that working out for you? I'm a horrible human being, I know. But anyway, sorry. This whole segment was just to get the kids fired up and give them some good advice on how to get autographs from the players. Again, the Sharpies, make sure they work. Take 3 of them. Clothing, hats, and things like that are bad. Have 8x10s. Cards are actually a bad idea because it's really hard for the player if they have tape on their hands to get something like that. So 8x10 pictures are a wonderful thing. Anything flat is really good. Or back in the day, Sports Illustrateds and stuff like that. Speaking of Sports Illustrated, tell that story. You guys aren't going to believe what Ken found at a flea market. Yeah, this is actually one of the coolest things he's ever brought. The first one, I'm a big fan of Muhammad Ali. This is the last, I believe, Sports Illustrated. This is when he got beat by Larry Holmes. Put that to the side. They're both good. Rocky Marciano on the cover of Sports Illustrated. This thing is a gold mine. Yeah, for $2. There's so little of his stuff out there right now, and I know who's watching this show who's going, Victor, get that for me right now. His stuff is gold. Well, we'll talk. 50-0. So before I forget, $2. No, but so July 25th is the first Steelers practice. It's open to the public. I'll be there. If we film, we should be filming that evening, that Thursday or afternoon. Sorry, we'll get. I'll scout that and we'll give an update on all that good stuff. But before we do wrap this up, we're getting close to the trade deadline. We'll make this quick. What should the Pirates do? Should they go get Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? They're never going to pay him. He's got 2 years of control.
Arbitration. Those are going to be arbitration years.
No. Like they would have him through.
They extended him. He has to be over 15 million. I didn't look at him.
No, that's
on
all right.
Spot Track.
If they get him, his contract is good till the end of 2025.
Okay, let me ask you a fundamental question. If I haven't asked you this already.
As long as you don't give up Chandler, I say get him. Or Johnson.
No, not Chandler.
No, you don't give up either. Him or Johnson.
Look at the Pittsburgh Pirates as currently constructed. I know how much you love Bob Nutting and you're a fan of the team.
Rightfully so.
Without Paul Skeens, is this team above Miami?
The only reason I'm going to say no is because Shelton.
This team wins 25 games this year.
No.
They're at 25 right now.
No, they
Skeens has elevated so much. You can't give away the future to try to win this year.
I think Skeens saved Shelton's job.
Absolutely.
This is a playoff caliber team without Skeens. With Skeens, I think they're a team that's a legit.
Let me
World
clarify
Series
that. You said this is a playoff team with Skeens.
caliber team. Without him, I think they're a threat make a deep playoff run because of the.
I'm totally
rotation.
opposite with you. With the team as constructed right now, I don't see this without Skeens. I don't think this team has a shot at 500. That's why when people are making
500
these
gets you into the playoffs these days. They let 6 teams in.
I'm talking 10, 15 under 500.
I mean, well, look, I blame that on Shelton. The rosters, I mean, the talent's there, but
Guerrero's not going to fix it. I like Anthony Santander from Baltimore. He's an unrestricted free agent who's hit about 135 home runs in his first 4 years in the league. The guy's a player, but he's a defensive liability as well. Yeah. And you have too much of that right now. Henry Davis did hit a home run this week in Indianapolis. I looked it up before we came on here. Marte is too expensive. That's $20 million. They're not going to pay for him.
Speaking of what's getting expensive, is we're running over.
I'm sorry.
We're getting the Iggy. So Rise Wrestling is next. We'll see you next week.